Good morning in there, out there, from in here, out here. Welcome to the Sentimentalist. Hi, Mark. Here's Vivi. Oh, Viv. Good morning. She went romping this morning. Wow, she been up for it. She had a good sleep. I think that's because of about, what was it, 5:30 or so, she woke us up and I told her to shut up. And she so went back to sleep. Oh boy, yesterday I had the best time. You know what I didn't do? I was shucking corn. Do you love to shuck corn? Oh, gee. See, those are the, well, I don't want to be bossy, do we, huh? Those are the things that matter, though. Shucking corn. I was back in my little town, surrounded by Amish farms, shucking their corn. I was. And then Julie cooked it just right, and we chomped. Oh, do I care about things like that. Vivi, a rite of passage. Well, first I need a slurp. Ooh, good slurp. She went in the pond. This is a water dog. Would you like another treat? Okay. You're being so good. Yeah. Let's have another one. Back up. Look at this. Look at this one. Hey. Look here. There you go. She went in the pond. She's been afraid of water. She went up to her waist, and this is a great thing. She was chasing minnows. She really thought they would swim, and she went flying at them as if she could get them. They took off, of course. But you really have the best time in the water now, don't you? Huh? All those years. Look at you. Look at you. Yeah. And so there she was. Julie's birthday was Monday. And will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm your 64? I think so. And there's a restaurant in town, has a marquee, and daughter Meredith called in to get her Happy Birthday Julie up on the marquee. That was nice. Then we went in, we had dinner together, and this guy, a couple sitting across from us, he had on a Yellow Submarine The Beatles t-shirt. And I waited a good long time, and then when I caught his eye, I said, I saw them. He said, what? I said, I saw them. Your t-shirt. He said, really? And then we had the best conversation with him, and not leaving anything out. I mean, it was about all kinds of things. She's an artist, he's an editor, so we had kind of things in common as well. And they're from Colorado. And they meet here, as lots of people do, rent a house, and all the families get together. And I kidded them by saying, because since they were by themselves, are you getting away for a little bit from the 38 cousins and 14 cousins twice removed and all the rest that were in the house? Avoiding talking politics and all that stuff when the families get together. That was a fun time. I have a little campaign. Years ago I got an email from the chair of our department saying that I use exclamation marks too often. And I wrote immediately back, Well, you use periods too often. Well, I was thinking about that in the same way with the word love. I know some people who just think you shouldn't say it except, And I think you should say it all the time. It's funny how many people, like church people, will say you shouldn't use it except. And I think, wasn't Jesus here to say use it all the time? I thought so. So I think you should just use it all the time, all day long. And then they'll say, well, then it'll run out of its meaning. Well, what is its meaning? I didn't know it had one. It's very variable. I love ginger snaps. How's that? I love Julie. How's that? And then when this is over, we'll have a conversation about why Judy came out and who is Judy. And I have no idea. I don't even know one, I don't think.
Oh, you do.
Who?
You do, Judy Brice. You're into Judy Brice today.
Judy Brice. Yes, we're going to talk about the wonderful Brices in a little bit. My friend Jim Alice, as I think I've said, teaches in the prisons. And boy, it just takes it out of him. Amazing things that he reads in the papers that are written by these inmates. And they do not deserve to be inmates. Probably 3/4 of them say things like, if they let me out today, I just get a job and see my family and take care of them. Our prison system needs help. And those people need help. And what a wonderful thing he brings to them. I've told you that they read. Right now they're reading Desmond Tutu on forgiveness. And their complexity about forgiveness, responses to forgiveness, is remarkable. Some of them don't know whether to. Some of them want to be forgiven. Some of them don't see how they could ever forgive. They've been so mistreated by the system, etc. It's a fascinating thing because you take it for granted that it's a positive. But some of them say, well, I wouldn't get revenge, but I wouldn't forgive. How could I possibly forgive? But I won't hurt anybody or anything. No. Julie's got several new flowers. Well, that was about a month ago, but they've done so well, and she's made these gardens so nice down by the dock. And it's so fun. It's sort of feed the fish every day, and they come up. Now they come up. In fact, yesterday I walked down, and they mistook me for Julie. So almost anybody who walks out on the dock, the fish come to visit. And there was a yearling down here that came onto the edge of the pond, and it was hopping. And it would run, and then hop, and then turn around and run, and hop in the water, and splash. Most people, I guess I've said that to, said, yeah, they do that. And I went, oh, I haven't been around. I didn't know that. Meredith got a new car. First time. Yeah, she got a new car. Her car quit. It's a piece of junk. It's going to the Padnos junkyard. It just stopped. And then she got it towed to Bussey's down the road here, and they said, we can't, and they're geniuses, and they said, no, it's done. And that, to Meredith's car for 12 years, slurp. But is she having fun buzzing around in her new electric boat? She's go on. Don't forget, a week from today, mark it. I really want to see you there, especially those of you from about 400 to 500 miles away. Okay? a week from today, 6:30, at the Red Dock here in Douglas. The vibrantly alive Tony Amato and the half-asleep Jack will be giving a reading at the Red Dock. Nothing pretentious. Don't worry if you go, poetry. Nope. You'll have a great time. And if Tony and I blow it, you love the Red Dock. You'll be on the water and with people who all want to be there. And with your favorite beverage, come at 6, come at 5:30, have dinner. And then we'll help you out. And then October 1st is now that's a long time ahead, but it's on October 1st is the launch on Zoom of this guy's new book, All at Once, and it's going to be with Rosemary Watola Tromer and her new book. I forgot to write down the title. I'm sorry, Rosemary. And James Cruz's and his new book, and I forgot to write down the title. I'm sorry, James. And I'll keep blobbing it up. So we want to get about 8,000 people on Zoom. Okay, if we can get those screens flying all over the place, that's just going to be so fun. So Rosemary Watola Tromer, Telluride, California, Colorado, poet laureate there. James Cruz, Vermont, poet laureate, Vermont. And the launch of all three of us have new books at exactly the same time. And so does another wonderful poet, Dennis Hendrickson. And I want to say one other thing and then read a poem. Cindy Berghoff, near here, has a marvelous column on Substack called Oats and Willows. And last night I listened to this beautiful, if you need something to just get rid of all the other and get on to what you really want to care about. I don't want to make it heavy duty, pretentious, but water the flowers, go through your day without this. You know what the news is. Why tune into the news? You know what it is. Instead, go to the news from the heart. Just spend your day as much as possible with the news from the heart, not the other. It's going to happen, it's going to be, there's just, you're already sad. So go through the day and make choices about what would comfort me today. Just looking out the window. It's very still this morning and it's beautiful. Just looking out the window. There I go. Yeah. That's, you can't explain that tree. I can't. No, so Cindy Berghoff has this beautiful interview with Carrie Newcomer. And Carrie Newcomer...
Christy.
Huh?
Did you say Cindy or Christy?
Oh, Christy. I'm sorry, Christy. I just saw it. I had it down. I had it... Christy Berghoff, of course. Christy Berghoff. And you'll really love her Substack. It's what you need. And Carrie talks about, I could have tried to be the Rolling Stones and fill an arena, but there would be no community if I did. Isn't that interesting? I wanted to create music and sing that creates a community. The audience goes from being an audience to being a community. No special effects, no nothing. Me and Gary on the piano, me on the guitar, creating a community. And and she does that. So listen to that interview. It'll also do that. Let's see did I leave anything out? Love everything. Shuck your corn. Now I'm going to read a poem today. There's two wonderful poets. They're a couple. Write different kinds of poems, love each other. Judith Brice, who's very ill and in pain most of the time, and her loving former therapist Charlie Brice, who they live in Pittsburgh, and and Judith became terrific poets a little bit later in life, not too late. And Charlie posted, one of his favorite poems is a poem of mine called Take Love for Granted. See, talking about love today. Take love for granted. And how you doing over here? Huh? Pretty good? We take love for granted, don't we? Yeah, you do. I haven't heard you say it. Not yet. Takes biscuits for granted. Charlie posted that on a site that's not his, but it's one of those national sites where you can comment, etc. And he wrote to me about, this is one of my favorite poems, so I published it, or put it on that site. They took it, and a guy wrote in about how bad that poem was. He said the whole poem is flat and the ending is bland. So when you're listening to it, just feel that flatness, and when we get to the end, just go, ugh. And that'll be a response to the poem, right? That shows that a poem elicits a response, like it did for that guy. He knows his stuff. Yeah. This poem's been in, I don't know,
700 weddings.
700 weddings? Julie says 700 weddings and counting. Yeah. I was going to talk about, but no. So this is one of Charlie Brice's favorite poems, and this other guy the ending is bland and the poem is flat. What's sort of interesting is, if you know me at all, that's sort of, in one sense, the guy he's just using those words, but I don't write about big deals. Although marriage is. Ooh, I've got to be careful what you say. Anyway, here we go. And thanks for being with me. Yeah. And take love for granted. Assume it's in the kitchen, under the couch, high in the pine tree out back, behind the paint cans in the garage. Don't try proving your love is bigger than the Grand Canyon, the Milky Way, the urban sprawl of L.A. Take it for granted. Take it out with the garbage. Bring it in with the takeout. Take it for a walk with the dog. Wake it every day. Say, good morning. Then make the coffee. Warm the cups. Don't expect much of the day. Be glad when you make it back to bed. Be glad he threw out that box of old hats. Be glad she leaves her shoes in the hall. Snow will come. Spring will show up. Summer will be humid. The leaves will fall in the fall. That's more than you need. We can love anybody, even everybody, but you can love the silence, sighing and saying to yourself, that's her, that's him, and then to each other, I know, let's go out for breakfast. Take care, be kind, try to be cheerful. Love, 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 love. Thanks for being with me. And Bibby's nose and Bibby. And thanks to Julie.